Welcome to Brain Boom, the only podcast that provides daily, actionable, and science-backed self-improvement tips from entrepreneurs, artists, and athletes like you who practice what they say and live what they do. Let's start leveling up your life with your host, Matt West.
So who is Mona?
I'm Mona. I am Persian. I am a pharmacist. Technically still a licensed pharmacist, but I don't practice as one anymore. And just obsessed with everything health and wellness.
Really cool. And what got you into this obsession with health and wellness?
You know, I in high school, I knew I was okay. I figured the medicine route would be what I would do because I was kind of interested more in it. No one really knows what they want to do in high school. And then when I majored in pharmacy, I really loved what I was learning, but it really was like my last year of school when I just kind of got motivated to just get in better shape and really go all in. I felt like I'd always kind of half-assed it a little bit. So when I did and I saw results and I just became so interested in it. And then I moved to LA, and I feel like in LA it's such a big part of the culture. In Boston, where I went to college, it wasn't. I think the health and wellness, everyone's much more into it now, and it's also magnified in LA. So that I was just kind of engrossed in it, and I used what I knew from school and then everything I was interested in, my personal experience, and I just kept combining it.
I agree 100%. LA is very aesthetically driven by your outer appearance, for sure.
Very much. But, everyone's focusing more on both now, but it's definitely the aesthetic is the drive for sure, for most people in LA, whereas somewhere in New York, I think it's a little more mindful wellness. And you can't stereotype cities, but that's just what I've noticed.
And in general, that makes a lot of sense.
Right.
So tell me a little bit more about, because I'm intrigued about the inner. So a lot of I know there's a lot of talks about our gut health and how it helps with our mental health. But tell me a little bit more about how it helps with our overall wellness.
I mean, gut health, it's actually still somewhat of a newer topic. I mean, the research is kind of new, and people are just discovering now how important it is and how connected it is. There's neurons that literally fire from your brain to your gut, and they're showing that even things like leaky gut or Crohn's can lead to anxiety and depression versus just sometimes you think it's the other way around. It's honestly really fascinating. I've heard naturopathic doctors tell me that they've had patients where, they're laying on the bed and they'll touch different parts of their stomach and it will literally evoke different emotions, they'll cry or laugh. So it's not only just medical. If you also look at it, if you go kind of the more natural approach, I wouldn't even call it spiritual, but, energy, I feel like people are focusing a lot more on energy now. And, the chakras in yoga, we hold all of our emotion in our gut. And it makes sense. If you're really nervous, you have to go to the bathroom or you have a stomach ache.
Right.
So I think, and I think now everyone's kind of, I feel like originally it was all about Ayurvedic medicine, natural approaches and energy. And then we totally switched over to Western medicine. And now we're kind of being okay, I think there's truth in both of them. So I think they both make sense and have their place.
It's like a